Here's the feed. Frenchtown feeding it ahead. Onside is Juan Bobbio. Bobbio fighting for it. Shot on goal, and that'll be our first shot on goal for Frenchtown. Frenchtown back into it right away, and Ogilvie will have the takeaway on the pass. Fed ahead to Burns. Burns has got 3 ahead of him. This one's going to be ahead to Kirkus, or Kruer, Jace Kruer. And a good step in by Juo Tamalzi, and a one fed across. This one's going to be just off the crossbar on the save. I apologize for the camera, folks, as I was watching instead of videoing. And now the breakaway by Frenchtown. Kaleva's going to come out of the box and collect it. Ball is cleared, controlled by Jorge Cruz. And we get a whistle. This one will go against Loyola. So free kick coming. Jeremy Velasquez set to kick. Waiting on the official. Now we get the whistle. Velasquez with a chip down the far sideline, and stepping in very quickly is Isaac Mercado Laundry. Drop to Burns at midfield. Burns with a chip ahead to Cade Kruer. Or no, that's number 11, Jace Kruer. And Jacobs is there for Frenchtown. Now Cade is there. Fed ahead. Nice little step by Cruz, and up the sideline. They're going to say out of bounds. Throw in, battled for. A little dancing by Cade Kruer. And now the breakaway up the far side. It is Zandy, Coulter Zandy, and we get a whistle on Ogilvie. It'll be brought back. Jacobs with a chip into the box. Played through, and Kaleva scoops it up. At midfield, it's Cade. Chips it ahead. He's got 1 to run. It's his brother. Steps across 2 defenders. Now resets. The shot on goal, and it's right off the bar. And substitutions coming for Frenchtown. $25, 46 left in the half. Now we get the goal kick by Jacobs. And it's a good one, as it's going to be fed ahead. Ogilvie will chase it down. He's got 2 on. And uses the 12th man to tap it out of bounds. So Frenchtown will have the throw in front of their own bench on the far sideline. Trying to go to the box. Ogilvie is there to clear it out. Another high bouncer. Throw in. Down the far sideline. Good header to chip it into the box. Ogilvie is there. And a clear. Frenchtown is on top of it very quickly, trying to keep it, and Ogilvy with a header. Kruer on the chase. Kirkus chasing it down now. Foot duel going on, out of bounds, and Loyola will have the throw-in. Substitution coming for Loyola. Got both a good Frenchtown and Loyola crowd base here, as this one will be tapped out of bounds and Loyola will keep possession. Chase Kruer slow to get up, but hops back up. And Burns is going to take the free kick here. Burns with a good chip into the box. Jacobs is there with a foot, cleared out, and a throw-in coming off the near sideline. For Loyola. 23, just over 23 minutes scoreless. We've had a couple of shots from either side. Kirkus into the top. Cade Kruer trying to shake it down but can't. Ogilvy will have the collection at midfield, and a whistle against Ogilvy. So Frenchtown will have the free kick, and Jacobs is going to come up and set the ball. And he'll go ahead and send it. He's got one on the run, and not able to control it is Beaucamp. Loyola with another substitution. Lexon Sant being called off the field. Kirkus looking to do the throw-in. Discussion on where the throw-in is going to be done. Trying to give it to Kale, Samuel Kale, and Frenchtown to control. Good feed to the middle of the field, and this shot is going to be wide of the goal. Galeva with the clear. Now up the near sideline and out of bounds. Loyola will have the throw-in. 0-0. Just over 20 minutes left in the first half. Burns with a hop on it, but it's collected by Bobbio. And now Ogilvy. Ogilvy has one outside, feeds it long, and picked up. Skins down the far sideline and saved in. Nope, they're going to say out of bounds. Trying to chase it down was Colby Schrichty. And he just didn't have enough wheels. Controlled on the far sideline by Camden Moa. One of the Moa boys. I grew up playing soccer with the Moas here in Missoula. Vai, Lang Moa, and Burley Moa. As Kirkus has got to chase this one down. Now it's up to Deal, and it's going to come off a Deal. They're going to say that is a foul, as Deal was getting a little bit pushy. And so he's called. The free kick will come from Jacobs. Jeff Jacobs, a 6'1" junior midfielder captain. He's been back on the defensive line today, though. And this one will be just played through, off target, goal kick coming. Just about to hit the 20-minute mark here at Rollin Field. Galeva now with the kick. Gathered by Cade Kruer. Deal with a touch. Frenchtown will have a touch, and it's played back into Loyola territory. Nice little drop, but deal is there. Trace, Kruer, fed outside, and deal will chase. Now to midfield. Good shoulder move by Rolf Konzen. He's going to run it down the far sideline. Konzen now feeds it back to the middle of the field. He's got one on top, lets it play through, and it's not taken. Now Burns will set it up. Right foot shot deflected, and Frenchtown gathers. Frenchtown now with a run. They've got one down the near sideline, controlling his Beaucamp, and he has it played off of Kirkus out of bounds. There's an open feed, and we're going to have an offsides call on Coulter Zandy. Good thought, though. He was just a step ahead and offsides. Rams defense holding that defensive line very well, as this one's to midfield. Trace with a touch on it, but controlled by Jorgi Cruz, and a whistle will come. Here's Jacobs with a boot. Plays it into the box, and Kaleva comes up on it. Good drop kick to midfield. Loyola settles, fed ahead. Leishman's going to have to come out, and Jacobs plays off the ball. Good shoulder. It'll be out of bounds, but Jacobs coming in on Konzen and had the right play, having contact right as the ball was there. Here's the throw into the box. Back door. Chase down at near side, and not able to save it is Samuel Kale. So Frenchtown with the throw-in. Substitution coming for Frenchtown. Just about the 17-minute mark. The girls will play up at 5 o'clock. And now we're ready for the throw-in. Nice job by Loyola to be there, but maintaining control through the mob is Juan Bobbio. Fed ahead now. Kirkus is going to have to play it to the near sideline, and that's exactly what he does, using the 12th man. Quick throw in. Ogilvie trying to control, feeds it outside to Deal on the far sideline, and Deal will take it upfield. Konzen with a drop. Cade Kruer battling. Camden Moa, and it's fed ahead. Here's a quick kick. Deal trying to feed it to Cade, and Frenchtown comes up with it. Fed through to Deal. Deal is there to defend. Nice move by Bobbio, and shot on goal, save. Leva upfield, better deflection. Deal is there with the thigh stall, and now Ogilvie will drop it back to Kaleva. Burns at midfield. Turns it up. And Ogilvie will receive it. Burns with one outside, and able to keep it in is Kale. Jace Kruer. working it, not giving up. It is picked up by Frenchtown. Incidental contact, the official says, as Cade goes down. And Ogilvie is there with a toe on it. Ogilvie gets it ahead to Burns. Ogilvie continues to battle. 0-0 is our score on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We get a whistle, and they're going to call this one against Frenchtown. Juan Bobbio getting the whistle. So Kirkus will take the kick. Gives it off to Trace. Kale is there, out of bounds. Loyola gets a throw in. It looks like Conzen's going to take the throw. Nice throw into the box. A header will place it over the end line, and we'll have Loyola's second corner. Corner will be taken by Jace Kruer. I've been calling him Trace. It's Jace. Ball teed up on the end line side of the flag. Low shot. And Frenchtown comes up with it. Cleared free, and Ogilvie will collect it at midfield. Ogilvie. And it's out of bounds. Frenchtown ball. Just under 13 minutes here at Rollin Field. Scoreless. Loyola Rams hosting the Frenchtown Bronx as Burns gets a toe on it. Burns turning. Conzen defeated. Opposite side of the field. Here's the rundown. And Leishman will come out to gather it. Bounce at midfield. Frenchtown looking to settle. Jacobs comes up with it. Through the middle. Burns feeds it through to Cade. Cade tries to battle, but it's taken away, and we're going to get a whistle. Once again, Juan Bobbio at midfield. Deal to take the kick. Placed into the box. Burns tries to get a body on it, but it's Frenchtown to clear it. Turning and on the run is Sean Rohde. Deal with the stop. Fed ahead to Jace. Now Cade. And this one will be picked up by Leishman. Ogilvie settles at midfield. He's got a run. Ogilvie plays it outside. Running the far sideline, a right-footed kick is on target, but a save. Hudson Kovics with the shot on goal. And a good drop kick to midfield by Leishman. Deal is there to let it go out of bounds. It'll go to Loyola. Both sides playing the ball at midfield. We haven't really seen too much as this one's played off the ground. Now the gather by Rohde. And Deal is there. Deflection off a Deal, out of bounds. Frenchtown throw in. A whistle. This one will go against Loyola. Jacobs to take it on the far side. And we'll have Kaleva gather it off the end line on the save. Kaleva with a good drop kick. And the deflection will give it to Loyola on the throw-in. Kirkus to take it. Good battles today, as this one's going to be fed ahead. Konzen's got a step. He's got to wait for the ball, though. Taps it to himself. Little chest stall. And it's cleared out. Far sideline. And Loyola will have the last touch as it goes out of bounds. Girls will come up at 5 as they're getting ready. See them head over to the softball field, I imagine, as this throw-in rolls over the end line, and we'll have a goal kick coming for Loyola. Substitutions for the Rams. Low kick for Kaleva. It's Jace with it. Drops it back to Ogilvy. Outside to Kirkus, and Kirkus will play it up. Burns is the step outside, but not able to get to it in time is Lexon Sant. So Frenchtown will have the throw-in right in front of us. Just under 8 minutes here at Rollin Field, as we have a scoreless game between the Rams and the Bronx. Good feed to midfield, but players are not on. Ogilvy with the charge. Ogilvy's got some time. He's going to chip it ahead to Kruer. Kruer with a header. Kruer with a shot, and that one will be an easy save for Leischman. Drop kick headed by Kirkus at midfield. And Loyola not able to keep it in bounds. Good defense by Kirkus. And they're going to call that a free kick. So down in the corner, Loyola with the throw in now. Substitutions for both sides. One apiece. Kirkus will have the throw in down on the near sideline. Kate Kruer. And it's cleared up field, but out of bounds. Frenchtown with the throw in. Frenchtown graduating a big senior class last year that helped them the last 3 years. As this one's played out of bounds, it will stay with Loyola. Only 3 seniors on the squad this year for the Bronx, as they want Kirkus to back up on the throw-in. Adam Kraus is a senior, Coulter Zander is a senior, and Juan Bobbio is the 3rd senior. Loaded with juniors, as this one's played ahead. No whistle, incidental contact as Kaleva gathers the ball up. control. Kirkus now with the feet ahead at midfield, and Konzen trying to play it. Now it's fed ahead. Konzen on the run, but a deflection, and Loyola will regather. Deal to settle for Loyola. Battled for, and we get a whistle, and this is going to go against Deal. Free kick coming. Jacobs to take it. He's got a good boot, as this one will be bounced into the box, and Kaleva will gather it. And it's Loyola to keep it. Jace, Kruer to midfield to Konzen. Konzen brings it across. Deflection. Alexi Stalpert. Cade Kruer continues to control. And nobody there on the pass, so Frenchtown clears it to midfield. Deal will gather it. Played ahead. And Loyola has it. It's Jace. Jace will crack it from way outside, and it's an easy kneeling save for Leischman. Bouncing drop kick to midfield. Deal will let it roll deep. He has one on, and then it's cleared off down the sideline. Deflection puts it back at midfield. Juan Bobbio. Now up the near sideline, it's Euchre. Euchre will place it into the box, but nobody there to help out. And Kaleva will gather it up. This is going to be a short drop kick. I think it came off Kaleva's foot awkwardly. And we'll have a throw in on the near sideline by the Bronx. Just about to the 2-minute mark. When we reach the 2-minute mark, we will have the clock stoppage for bonus time. And it'll come down to the official at midfield. Here's Ogilvie with the feet ahead. And a whistle. Jacobs to set as we get to the 2-minute mark. And this will be cracked into the box and a shot off target. So Kaleva will clear it. And stepping in is Camden Moa, but his deflection will put it out of bounds. So what happens with the 2-minute stoppage time is, depending on stoppage for fouls, goals, substitutions, injuries, that's all time added on. Time is always controlled by our center field official, as this one's fed to midfield. Continuing to battle is Jace out there. Trying to turn is Schreckty. And it'll be Deal, but a header will take it back to Ogilvie. We do have a clock that runs. There's a clock that runs at the stadium, but rather than how they do it with professional soccer at the high school level in Montana, is they stop the clock at 2 minutes. That way there's no need to try to calculate what the bonus time is. As Frenchtown continues to battle, this will be placed into the box. Ogilvie will come out and have the sliding save. Coulter Zandy with the dive over the top of Kaleva. Header by Jacobs keeps it in the Loyola zone. And a substitution will come in. Scoreless here at Rollin Field, just about to go into halftime. Kirkus ready for the throw-in. The turn. Fed to midfield. Trying to step into it. That's Juo Tamazali. And a foul. We'll give it back to Loyola. Official checks his watch. Kirkus will take the kick. And this one goes against. So Loyola will set up. With the free kick. Conzen to take it. This one's on target, and Leishman struggles to hold on to it. And that will be halftime. First half ends with a free kick by Loyola. And we're scoreless on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Loyola 0. Frenchtown 0. We'll be back with your Montana Club halftime report right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Plonk. It's a unique bar and restaurant in Bozeman. It was a big financial decision to find the right bank for our growing business. We decided on Opportunity Bank of Montana. They have great mobile banking, which is good, because we're always on the go. I already had a home mortgage with them, with great interest rates. We met with Bert, our new banker, our friend, and now we have a second restaurant in Missoula. It was a great opportunity.
Warning! Warning!
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning! Warning! This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash, on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Construction is tough work. Lonebro is an energy services company with more than 900 employees. Lonebro's third largest expense was health insurance.
Payne West partnered with Lonebro to create a health and wellness program. Lonebro built an in-house gym, and together we developed a biometric screening program.
Since initiating our program, our employees are happier, healthier, and more productive, and our costs are lower.
Payne West Insurance, a partner in the health of your business.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.fivevalleyAutosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we've got halftime between the Loyola Rams and the Frenchtown Bronx soccer program. Hello, everyone. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. We've got our Montana Club halftime going on right now. We've got Loyola soccer today. On Thursday will be Butte and Sentinel football, audio stream only, and then Friday night it is Loyola hosting Big Fork right here at Rollin Field. As far as Loyola's schedule, well, they will go to Stevensville on Thursday, and they will have a game against Corvallis on a week from today in Corvallis. It's scoreless on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll step aside. When we come back, we will have more of your Montana Club halftime with stats. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Did your computer go down? Don't worry. Mike's Print and Copy has computer rentals available until you can get your computer replaced. In addition to computer rentals, Mike's has self-serve copiers so you can take care of your printing needs at your time. Do you have large-scale printing that needs to be done? From high-tech blueprints to large quantities, Mike's Print and Copy is your print store. Stop in and say hi to Mike at their new location at 1605 South Avenue West in Missoula. Mike's Print and Copy, proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network. The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
When your workout window is small, you don't want to travel far, wait for parking, and hope for an open machine. Let Fuel Fitness and Nutrition ignite your life with no waiting. Fuel has plentiful parking and 30,000 square feet of weight and cardio training equipment. When you want it, you'll get it at Fuel. Businesses don't hesitate to sign up with Fuel. We have enough parking and equipment to handle your entire staff and 24/7 access so they can get in shape around work schedules. Ignite your life with no waiting at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition in the Holiday Village Shopping Center.
The Chris Stratton Show is Missoula's resource for local high school sports. Get fresh takes like...
How does it feel to be the senior now?
It's kind of crazy, honestly. It's weird having people above me and then this...
Get the rest of the show by downloading the podcast on iTunes or at www.thechrisstrattonshow.com.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Rollin Field. Loyola Rams and Frenchtown Bronx at halftime as we are scoreless on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Our halftime stats, the way it works, well, the way it looks, I should say, is it's 0-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. There have been a total of 11 shots on goal, 5 from Frenchtown, 6 from Loyola. Saves, Danny Kaleva, 5, and Dawson Leishman with 3. Loyola leads the fouls as well as they've got 10. Frenchtown was 7. Offsides. Well, Frenchtown's been caught 4 times. Corner kicks in favor of Loyola with 2, and that is our halftime report. We'll come back in just a few moments and have your second half. You're listening to Loyola Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Plonk. It's a unique bar and restaurant in Bozeman. It was a big financial decision to find the right bank for our growing business. We decided on Opportunity Bank of Montana. They have great mobile banking, which is good, because we're always on the go. I already had a home mortgage with them with great interest rates. We met with Bert, our new banker, our friend, and now we have a second restaurant in Missoula. It was a great opportunity.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN as the boys are about ready to take the field here at Rollin Field, the pitch I should say. Rollin Field, home of the Loyola Rams football program and the Rams and Breakers soccer program. They do have a dirt track around here. To the left of us, that would be the home field of the Loyola Breakers softball program, and further west, just on the other side of the softball field, is the Ram Athletic Center, their sister Rita Mudd, the RAC they call it. It's a great little gym. As Loyola will have the ball to start the second half. Scoreless on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Conzen at midfield with the ball. The Kruer brothers, Jace and Cade, right behind. Tomazali and Kovics are on the edge of the circle. Waiting on the official to give us the time. There is the whistle, and we are underway with the second half, and Loyola is going to drop this all the way back to Ogilvie, and fought for, picked up, and Frenchtown. Braden Simpson feeds it to the middle, and a crack with the left foot will be off target for Frenchtown. So Kaleva will have the kick from behind the pole. It'll be a roller. And Jacobs is there. Looks like they're playing Jacobs up at midfield now. He had been playing as a defender. Ogilvie trying to get the stall, and Ogilvie and Deal will fight for it. Now Ogilvie comes up with it. Ogilvie out of the pack. And it'll roll to the near side. Kovics as it's dropped back to Moa. DeMarcus Moa feeds it out. And chased down now by Jace Kruer. Jace with one on, and that's actually Cade Kruer trying to feed it ahead, and Cade will get a foot on it now. He's got his brother Jace in the middle of the field who just received the ball. This one's going to be chipped into the box and picked up easily by Leishman. Leishman comes to the near sideline. A toe on it by Simpson, midfield. And it looks like Frenchtown's going to try to come out more aggressive here, especially with Jacobs up at the midfield position. That's his natural position, but the first half they did have him playing back. It looked like he was back as a sweeper. Throw in on the far sideline for Frenchtown. Here's the chase down into the far corner, and Frenchtown has come out very aggressive here in the second half. A good shoulder over there by Mason Palin. And Kaleva's got to fight for it. Kaleva now dives at the legs of Matthew Kleinsmith. And Kaleva will clear it out. Moa with the header. And he checks his man bun up there as that one came right off the man bun. Frenchtown staying on the attack. Kirkus fighting for it. Kirkus comes up with it. Kirkus with some space. He's going to center it. And Moa was there. Konzen, if he had looked back, he might have been able to get that from Moa. Throw in over Jacob's head. And Tamazali has a toe on it, but it is Jacobs for Frenchtown to control. Now fed back to the near side. Cole Westrom. And it's off of, you're going to say off of Konzen. Throw in coming. And they're going to have Henry Gibbs step back out of bounds for the throw-in. Gibbs to control on the near side. Cade comes up with it on the toe. Jace, and it's taken away at midfield by Westrom. A good boot. Chest stall. Konzen is there. Konzen with a foot outside, maintaining control. Konzen up the far sideline now. Konzen to the box. Attempted slide tackle. Now this one's chipped in, and Kovic cannot get it on goal. Good thought, though. At midfield, out of bounds. Controlled by Frenchtown. Throw in to Jacobs, but Ogilvie is there. Step in, and we're going to get a whistle. And they're going to whistle Ogilvie on this one. Looked as though Mason Palin had stepped on Ogilvie, but Ogilvie gets the whistle. And now Ogilvie comes up with it. He's got one on, tries to feed it through. And Westrom is on it. Kaleva comes out, gathers it up just before Palin gets it. Good drop kick by Kaleva. At midfield, Tomazelli trying to get it to settle. And it'll roll out of bounds. Throw in coming, far sideline. Smokey Stoker with the quick throw in. Kirkus fights for it. Kirkus with it on the run now. Kirkus has it stepped on from behind. And Kirkus will roll a shoulder, but no whistle. And Tomazelli tries to clear it ahead. Jeremy Velasquez settles. There's Kale. Kale's trying to work it, and it's going to come up at the feet of Jace Kruer. Kruer feeds it to the middle to Konzen. Konzen's got one on, now two. And this will go over the end line. A corner kick coming. No, a goal kick coming for Frenchtown. And it looks like on that run, Cole Westrom had his bright orange shin guards come out of his socks. So Moa will take the kick. And it's played out of bounds off of Simpson. Substitution coming for Loyola, as Kale will be called off. Looks like two will come. As well as Tomazelli. Looks like Burns checking in. Can't see the number of the other young man, but Burns has got a body type that you can't miss. So Deal ready with the throw-in. Trying to split defenders. Kovic is there. Velasquez with a high toe. Jacobs settles. Burns steps in and keeps it alive. Konzen with some control. Good spin move. Velasquez, though, clears it to the near sideline, and it'll be out of bounds. Throw-in coming for the Rams. Just under 33 minutes left in the game. Scoreless. Here's Konzen. Good footwork. Velasquez. Good defense. Fed outside. Sant, and Sant is going to be offsides. That's the first time the Rams have been caught off sides. Here's Moa with the kick. He's got a boot like his dad. Header to control. Kirkus steps up and Kirkus will take it away. Kirkus with a light tap. And Konzen tries to control. But it's Kirkus once again. Konzen. The substitution coming in was Colby Schrichty. Here's Jace Kruer. He's got time and space as Frenchtown's just going to let him dribble in the middle of the field. Sant trying to feed it in, and it's deflected off of Simpson's shin guards, out of bounds. Deflection by Matthew Kleinsmith as Jace Kruer will play it down the near sideline. Sant is there. And the run, Ogilvie will stop at Jacobs and Kovic now. And a stall by Sant keeps it on in play. Simpson is there to control. Now it's a good heel down the near sideline. Ogilvie with some speed. And Ogilvie will be taken down from behind by Mason Palin. To midfield, Jacobs with a foot on it, but it's Caden Kruer to control. He'll split the defense to go to his brother. Now back to Caden. Caden with a little bit of space finds Konzen at midfield. Konzen will stall, feeds it outside to Kirkus. Kirkus with a boot ahead. And Schrichty will run it down, but Velasquez will kick it out of bounds using that 12th man. Throwing off the back of Konzen. Schrichty battles, but it's Jacobs to settle. And this whistle will be back. Konzen, it's a late whistle against Konzen. As Moa will have the feet ahead, and Kirkus smartly does not take the header as Mason Palin bends over for the header. And it's stalled between the two boys. Here's Konzen, fed to Caden with one on, outside. Sant on the run, has it taken away by Gibbs, out of bounds. The Rams throw it. Deal to take the throw. It's going to be to Sant. Sant will head it back. And Deal will have to battle. Fed to Ogilvie. All Rams pushed on the other side, on the Frenchtown side of the field, and this one's going to be played upfield. Kaleva comes out of the box, and Kaleva beats it out of bounds on the far sideline. Just under 29 minutes left in the game. Scoreless between Frenchtown and Loyola. It looks like they're going to have to dig this one out of the stand, the guest team stands on the far sideline. Short throw, and they're going to say Loyola ball on the throw-in. And Kirkus will have it very quickly to Burns, but Frenchtown to take control. Battle at midfield with Kruer. Now it's Konzen. Konzen has three in front of him, one outside. It's Kovic, and here's a crack. Easy save for Leishman. Midfield, controlled by Loyola. Here's Caden. Caden Kruer ahead to Konzen. Konzen stalls. Frenchtown will lay off of him. And Kirkus gets it on the outside. Here's a feed ahead and on side, but a little too much on the toe, and Leishman will have it. Simpson gets it on the near sideline. Fed ahead, but deal is there. Aggressive play by Kleinsmith. Sant trying to feed it ahead, but Frenchtown to control. Here's a good feed ahead. Booted. Kaleva, he'll come out. And Kaleva off the foot. He's got to come back to the goal. Frenchtown not able to capitalize as Kaleva gets back in goal just in time. Here's Jacobs now on the run. Jacobs splits two, has it taken away by Kirkus. Now it's Burns on the far sideline. Loyola will have the run. Jace Kruer to his brother Caden. Now fed ahead. Velasquez is there. Konzen with a foot inside. Continues to battle. And Burns at midfield. Now it's ahead. Velasquez will have Schrichty out of bounds, and they'll say it is Loyola throwing on the far sideline. Stahl upfield, and the clear will result in a Loyola throw-in right at the 26-minute mark. And they're going to say illegal throw-in by Loyola. And Frenchtown very quickly with the throw, and that's a smart play as Ogilvie will try to clear. Jacobs is there. Jacobs upfield. He's got one to run. That's Kleinsmith, and Kleinsmith cannot control. Loyola gets the ball back on the throw-in. Jace Kruer with some good work, but Jacobs for Frenchtown able to get in. Burns, good move around the defender. Now to midfield. Konzen with a step. Konzen has two on the near side. As Kovic presses, Moa will set the wall for offsides, and this one's played in the box down to the near line. Out of bounds, and they say Loyola throw-in. I imagine they'll have Konzen do the throw. He's got a strong arm. And it is Konzen. Into the box, and right there is Jace Kruer. Shot is over the goal, but it was a great look by Jace on the throw-in. Just got to get your head down, young man, over that ball. Here's Moa with the kick, and we get a whistle as substitutions are coming in. Our center field official did not blow the whistle to stop play to allow them to come in. He just waved them in, and then here's Moa with the kick now. Ogilvie to settle. Sant will receive it. Sant tries to get it to Kovic, but the bounce awkward. Now Sant with a flick ahead. Back outside to Sant. Velasquez with the header. It's ahead, and we get a whistle. This is going to be on Moa, and a free kick will come just outside the box for the Rams. Four-man wall setting up for Frenchtown. And our official, Justin, getting everybody dropped back. Konzen now. Can he bend it? He will, and it's just off target. About a soccer ball and a half. Off target for Konzen. It was a great bend because Leishman had left the backside of the goal open, and the reason why is he had his wall placed to the far side. Smartly placed. That's where the wall needed to be, so that he had the short side. But Konzen almost catching the 5-hole. Moa. Good boot. He's got a foot like his dad. Used to play soccer with his dad for Missoula Strikers as well as Big Sky back in the 90s. Cones in with the stop. Spun to the near side. He leaves it teed up for Caden, but Caden didn't read it. And Frenchtown is on the run now. And we'll have a whistle against Caden Kruer. Here's Moa with a quick kick into the box. Jacobs is there, and Kaleva gathers it on the bounce. Good set play. Jacobs, though, having to wait on that line to not go off sides. Moa with the header. Ogilvie says, I'll volley it back to you. Needing to settle the ball. And it's Frenchtown. Outside to Simpson. Simpson feeds it. Ogilvie is there, and Ogilvie will play it out of bounds. It will not be a corner as it came to this side about 3 feet up from the corner. And Frenchtown will have the substitution. The Moa brothers, Camden and DeMarcus. Camden a freshman. DeMarcus a junior. Camden playing that killer defensive position that his dad played back in high school. He was an outstanding midfielder, but we used him quite a bit. Here's the shot up over the top of the uprights, and if had that been a football game, we'd have 1 point or 3, depending on the situation. So Kaleva will set up the goal kick. Good boot to midfield. Tomazelli is there. Cones into control. And a deflection allows Simpson to pick it up. Fed ahead to Jacobs. Ogilvie and Jacobs will battle. Jacobs will win it. Now it's fed ahead. One all by himself, and Ogilvie with a shoulder, no whistle, and a shot on goal by Palin. Now the opposite direction. And Velasquez will go ahead and take it at midfield. Frenchtown trying to switch fields. Simpson with it now. Jacobs will pick it up. A touch by Deal will give it to Frenchtown. We get a whistle. And this is going to be in favor of Loyola. Deal with the boot. Moa with the stall. So I played with both the Moa brothers, Lang and Burley. And the Moa kids that are on the field are Langs. Burley, though, he was this one's off the crossbar. And a second attempt. And we'll have a corner kick coming now for Loyola. It looks like Caden will take it. And Burns is actually the one to take it. Here's a shot across the lip. Jacobs is there to deflect it. It'll roll to just outside the box. Burns will gather. Burns to play Moa along the end line. And it'll be across the end. And Moa turns and congratulates his competitor for the play. Just about 17 minutes left, and we're scoreless on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Both Jacobs and Caden Kruer go airborne. Jacobs now with the feed. Jacobs by himself. Jacobs on a run. Ogilvy's trying to chase it down. Kleva is there, and the shot is in the goal. And Jeff Jacobs, the captain, will put Frenchtown on the board 1-0. So Loyola now in a deficit. Will try to play up. There's been plenty of opportunities for Loyola. Good flick to the outside to Kale. Simpson looks to control, but Caden Kruer collects. Here's Kruer now. He's got 3 on. Works it to the near side. Frenchtown holding a good defensive line. Here's Konzen. Konzen feeds it ahead to himself. Konzen now at the top of the box. Comes back to the near side. Tries to deflect it. Moa is there. This one's off the deflection. And saved by Leishman. Burns with the drop kick, or Burns receiving the drop kick, but controlled by Frenchtown. Now the turn. And Ogilvy will collect this one. Actually, he's going to drop it to Kleva, and Kleva, uncontrolled kick to the outside. Now it's Simpson, and collision in the box, and we're going to have a penalty kick coming. As Deal will be called for the foul. And it'll be Simpson to take the penalty. Simpson, and Kleva will have the save. Nice job by Kleva reading the hips of the shooter Simpson. And Simpson will have the takeaway on Deal, and Deal trying to get a body on Simpson. Simpson deep. Here's an open shot, and Kleva, it'll deflect off Kaleva's hands into the goal. And that's Mason Palin to make it 2-0 Frenchtown on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Just about 14 minutes left in the game. Defense relaxing just a little bit for Frenchtown, and that's where the score comes. They're going to send Konzen. Konzen, and it's out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Loyola. Konzen waiting for blue jerseys to come upfield. And Leishman will pull it down. Burns needed about 6 more inches, and he'd have had a head on that thing. Jacobs now on the run on the far side. And Ogilvy will stop the ball. And Ogilvy will run with Caden Kruer. Now drops back. Kruer in control. Feeds it ahead. He's got his brother Jace, and it's kicked out of bounds by Frenchtown. But Will Burns, 5'6", used all of his leaping ability but came up just short. Like I said, if he had another 6 inches, that might have been out of Leishman's hands. So now Konzen will have the throw in on the far sideline. Short throw to Burns. Now Konzen chip into the box. Fought for by Schrichty. Kale puts a knee on it. Velasquez is there. Left-handed shot. Out of bounds. Jace Kruer is getting plenty of opportunities today. He's got to relax just a little bit as this one's going to be a corner. And taking it will be Cade Kruer. Here's the volley. Back of the box. And chased down by Simpson. Simpson to clear it upfield. Deal is there. Deflection off a Deal will be out of bounds, and Frenchtown will have the throw in. And Palin stays on sides. Jacobs with the step up. Now Jacobs feeds it ahead. Here's the run. Ogilvie is there to pick it up, and Ogilvie will play it out of bounds for a throw in. Frenchtown. So we go 56 minutes without a goal, and then Frenchtown puts 2 in, and Jacobs cracks one off. We'll have a corner kick coming for Frenchtown now. And they'll have this corner from the far flag. It'll be Palin to take the kick. Substitutions on the field. Looks as though Medaya Morin comes in. And a deflection. Kale is there. Morin now. And we get a whistle. Kale's going to get foul. Going to be charged with the foul. And Ogilvie easily with the stop. Gets around Jacobs. Now Ogilvie will run. Jacobs comes back and takes it away. And Jacobs is going to go ahead and send it to Velasquez as it's dropped back into Frenchtown territory. Palin comes up with it. He's got to beat Ogilvie. Feeds it to the top to Morin. And it's picked up by Kaleva. Caden Kruer trying to settle. Moa comes up to send it back in, and there's Morin. Chest stall by Palin trying to turn. Kirkus on the defense, and they'll drop it back to Velasquez. And Medaya Morin, that is actually my first high school soccer head coach son, Tim Morin, as he's in attendance down here below. Feed ahead on sides is Morin, but it's taken away. Ogilvie picked up now by Bobbio. Conzen with 5. He's got 1 ahead. Now uses the drop. 1 on the outside. Jace is chased down. Jace plays it to the outside. And Schreckty tries to place it ahead, but it is off target. We go under the 9-minute mark here at Rollin Field. I have to laugh about Tim Morin, my former coach. He's got the same mullet he had when he coached me back in 91 and 92. Here's Moa with the kick. Deal with the header, and Frenchtown trying to control. Conzen will let it bounce. Feeds it to Jace, and Velasquez takes it away on the pass. Jace on the outside. Velasquez and Jace with the duel. Played to the near, out of bounds. Now it's Schrichty. Schrichty places it to the middle of the field. Burns is on the back door. Conzen, and a great defense will clear it out. Now Frenchtown on the run. Morin is ahead onside. Morin on the run. He's got to beat Ogilvie. He's got 1 in the middle of the field. Drop back to Simpson. Now Jacobs. Jacobs on the outside. Feeds it ahead. Simpson by himself, and they'll say Simpson is offsides. So Kaleva will have the free kick. Header. Simpson will regain control. Between the legs, and now Moran on the run. Ogilvy with a place touch on it. And Deal will come to the end line, and he'll kick it up out of bounds. And this will not be a corner kick, so a smart play by Deal. Simpson will have the throw in. Palin plays. He's got 2. Fed ahead. Deal with the deflection. And Deal plays it out of bounds. Just under the 7-minute mark. We are actually, the clock here says 7:26, so I did not as this one's into Simpson. Trying to settle his Frenchtown. Scary play inside the box for Loyola. Here's Jacobs with a crack, and he's going to put this one in between the uprights for 3 points. Oh wait, that's football, not soccer. Substitutions coming for Loyola. Burns battling with the duel against Juan Bobbio. Sun coming out, breaking through the clouds. We've had cloudy skies and cooler temperatures. It is officially autumn. Drop back to Ogilvy. Burns, and good deflection and a toe by Frenchtown. Now they'll send it ahead for Burns to the middle of the field, and Moa is there to collect it. And Moa will drop it all the way back to Leishman. Leishman with time. And we get a whistle. This is going to go against Konzen. 16th foul for Loyola, 11 against Frenchtown. Moa will have the kick. Konzen with some footwork gives it out to Jace. Jace Kruer will take a crack, and that's going to be Leishman with an easy save. Ogilvy at midfield gives it off to Caden Kruer. Now Kovic. Kovic between the legs of the Frenchtown player, and it'll be Simpson to pick it up. Fed to midfield. Ogilvy is there. Has a step on Moran. And it's pushed through by Palin. Palin has a run, and Kaleva will gather it up on the slide. Great job by the Loyola keeper. That'll be his 15th save of the game. Oh, wait, no, that was a shot on goal. That'll be his 8th save of the game, as I was looking at the wrong stat. Very quickly, the opposite direction. Loyola turning. Into the box, chase down. Here's Schrichty, and Leishman will have the save. That'll be Leishman's 7th save of the game. Here's Caden. Caden with a good stall. Gives it off to his brother Jace. Has Tomazelli on the outside. Now back to Jace. Jace through 2 defenders. Has Velasquez. Now through Velasquez. He's got Konzen, and he sends it back of the goal. Jace. Kruer will get Loyola on the board. 1 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the call at midfield. Frenchtown leading 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Fed ahead, Conzen looks for it. Frenchtown looking to settle. Santa's there, and it's Jace to come up with it. Fed ahead to Burns. Burns with some room to run. He's got Kovic, settles it for Conzen. Conzen takes his time as Simpson drops back for Frenchtown. And it's taken away. Frenchtown will run. And Kirkus with the clear out. Velasquez with the deflection. Moa to the sideline. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Loyola with the throw in on the far sideline after the Moa put out. Conzen with a good throw into the box. Jacobs with the header to clear it out. And it's chased down now. Picked up by Morin. Morin has one with him. And a good step by Kirkus will give it to Caden. Fed ahead to Conzen. Conzen now has one on the opposite side, and Jacobs will step into it. As we go to the under the 2-minute mark. Clock is officially stopped here at the stadium. I know I've got 1:46 on our clock, but I missed it. Velasquez with the header, and it'll go out of bounds on the far side. So the game in the hand of the clock, or I should say in the clock on the hand of our midfield keeper, Justin. Ladies will come up at 5 o'clock. Conzen will have the throw in. Good throw. Jace is there, and it's deflected out of bounds, and a goal kick is coming for Frenchtown. So Moa will set it up, I should say. And the kick is on its way. A good boot. Caden Kruer with the control. But Frenchtown to settle. We get a whistle, and this is going to go against Cole Westrom. No cards in this game. Lots of fouls. 16 for Loyola, 12 for Frenchtown. As now Palin's going to turn it the opposite direction. Burns gets a foot on it. And out of bounds off of Kirkus. The quick throw into Morin at midfield. Deal gets a head on it. Caden Kruer upfield, but Jacobs to collect, and that's dangerous. Nice play by Sant. Jacobs collects. Been very impressed with Jacobs. He's a captain for this Frenchtown squad, and I can see why, as Ogilvy is going to place this out, and that is going to be game, folks. Frenchtown will get the win 2-1 over Loyola. We'll have the girls up at 5 o'clock. We'll talk to you in a little bit. You've been listening to Loyola Soccer on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports. MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness. Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.